you. Thank you so much. So today, you're very much welcome. If you're new, if this is your first time of coming to my LS, so we do this every Sunday at 5 p.m. UK time, 6 p.m. Europe time. We do our live streaming. We talk about relationship, lifestyle, and personal growth and development is what I do on my channel. So if this is your first time, I want to say thank you so much for coming. I'd like to welcome you, and do please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. Okay, but thank you all so much. So today we're talking about abuse in relationships, and we know that abuse is so common. It's something that's so common, and I have a special guest, Patience Bazunu. I'm going to bring her in. I think she's here now. I'm just so excited. And we had a guest last week, Coach Shola, and it was an amazing session. And if you haven't seen that video, please, I'll recommend, like Cobson would say, I recommend you have a look at that video. It was mind blowing. I've watched the video again and I've really enjoyed it. A Talk with Richie, thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much. Happy Sunday to you. Happy Sunday to everyone. I hope everyone has been having a great day. Thank you so much. Okay, so I'm just gonna bring her in. Okay, so her name is Patience Bazunu, so at the stream. Okay. Thank you so much for sharing me out. I've just seen your share. Thank you so much. Okay. So, Mama, I'm just saying that I'm so excited to have you on board today. Okay.
Long time.
Long time indeed. So I messaged her last week. I'm like, okay, I would like to have you on my live stream. And she said, oh, just tell me the time and the date. I'll be there. I'm like, yay. Well, thank you so much. So you're very much welcome to my live stream. You know we do this every Sunday. I know you've been on my live stream before, so I really appreciate you for coming. So her name is Deaconess Patience Bazunu. So she's a deaconess, okay, and she's a pastor's wife as well. So I'm so privileged to have her. She's a nurse. She's a mental health nurse as well, and she's a very busy person, but she's taken out time to come and talk to us today, and I really appreciate that.
Okay.
So I'll just bring you in now. Just if I've missed anything in the introduction, just tell us what it is. Just tell us a little bit about yourself as well.
Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday to you all. I really appreciate your time and everything that you have been doing, Atari. That God continue to bless you and the works of your hands in Jesus' name. Amen. I know it's not easy to be live, but it takes, it takes works to go online every week. I try it. I know with the busy schedule, I just couldn't. I have to look after myself first before I can be able to do it. I bless God for your life. That God continue to bless you mightily, and I appreciate you bringing me on today. God bless you. Bless you. My name is Patience Bazunu. They call me Deaconess. They call me Mama. All of them. I'm a pastor's wife, and I'm a nurse myself. A mental health nurse. We do everything about your mental health, and on my channel also I have a course that I run also for your mental health, also you and your mental health, because it's very, very important for us to look after ourselves at this time and age. That's just all I could say. I know you and I know your family very well, so it's been a pleasure. I know you guys very well.
I've got on the man's on the line, and she's saying, "Hello, guest, my mama. So good to have you here."
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah,
the COVID that separated us, but we are not separated in spirit at all.
Yes, so, and thank God we have things like this as well to keep us close to each other.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Thank
you so much.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you too.
Yeah. So I just think we start off.
Yeah.
Just tell us a little bit about abuse and things like that, and I want it to be interactive as well. So if anyone has any questions, please put your questions down so that we can take your questions, and then we can just get on engage as we go.
Exactly. Thank you. Today we're just talking about abuse in marriage. I know, especially through this lockdown, so many things have been going on at home, because this is when husband and wife are at home a lot with each other and the family. This is when you get to know each other very well again. We take some things for granted sometimes. That
Yeah.
love just come all of a sudden. Until you get into the marriage. We are talking last week that is married that you went and they give you certificate and you
Before
start going
you
to
start, yes.
before you start. So I myself, I'm learning through it. I've been married 19 years now, so I'm learning through it. I learn every day, every day. I read books and I do everything just to make sure, I have that relationship with my husband. I'm going to read just a few copies of the Bible. I'm going to read Colossians 3:19, which says, "Husbands, love your wives and do not be harsh with them." Ephesians 5:25 also said, "Husband, love your wives as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her." First Peter 3:7, he said also, "Likewise, husband, live with your wife in an understanding way, showing honor to the woman as the weaker vessel, since they are heirs with with you of the grace of life, so that your prayers may not be hindered." The last one also, he said, Proverbs 15:1, he said, "A soft answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word turns away anger." I had to put that on because we are talking about abuse. I'm going to tell that what is abuse? Abuse is when you are being treated, with cruelty and violence, especially when it's being repeated regularly. And there are so many types of abuse. Abuse can go in form of, physical, just verbal treatment, injury, assault, rape, violation, unjust or other types of aggression. So there are different types of verbal abuse in relationship that I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about the emotional abuse. I'm going to talk about the psychological abuse. I'm going to talk about the verbal abuse. That's if times permit me, but I'm just going to go through it as fast as possible. Emotional abuse, this is the one that happens when someone constantly threatens you. They tease you, they bully you, emulate you, and then they intimidate you, cause you worthless or betray you. Emotional abuse is a very form of abuse that is very, very bad. I would say, I as a mental health, this is what we see every day, especially with women who go through this kind of emotional abuse. I never knew that there was abuse until I came to do mental health nursing. I never knew that. When we're in Africa, we take everything, like it's okay. But here it's not okay until I went to study for 4 years to see how this kind of abuse go on in marriage, not only in marriage, but in relationship as children, women, men going through this kind of abuse. Is something that we have to take serious. If you feel that, you are in a relationship, and this thing is happening, you are cutting, you are dating, that time, that is when the red flag is showing. There's something, you have to just make sure you see the red flag, that you see this person just telling you this person telling you that, all of a sudden, you start questioning yourself that, am I this thing? Am I this person? Which is not supposed to be so. Emotional abuse, can damage somebody's self-esteem very, very well. That's one thing I know. It can damage your self-esteem, that you find yourself worthless in everything that you do. You never see any good in yourself at all because of what someone has said to you. What someone has said to you has stick, up your brain. We have to take it very, very serious. If you see that,
and it's good, just to cut you short there, it's good that you're talking about emotional abuse there, because a lot of times when we talk about abuse, people think of physical abuse.
Exactly.
So someone is going through domestic violence, or maybe someone is going through abuse. The first thing that comes to people's mind is physical abuse, but it's not.
Exactly.
It's not only physical. There's emotional abuse, which I think it's even more
Dangerous.
almost worse than the physical abuse itself. Because emotional abuse has a lot of impact on the person,
Oh
on
my
the
God.
person's mental health.
Mental health. Oh my
Yes,
God.
what you're
It
just talking
happens
about.
that you see people just want to kill themselves because of the words that somebody has said. Our words should be sweetened. That's what God said concerning us. This tongue is for us to, to bless someone. You can't just see someone and your wife or your children and start calling them name. God created these people. God
Yeah.
created you just like He created, you and the wife, the children, the man that you see out there, the woman that you see out there. You
Mm.
is very, very important. Emotional abuse is we have to take it very serious.
Really bad. Yes.
And you have to take it very, very, very serious. And emotional pain and hurt are not uncommon in relationships. It is human to feel negative, emotions in response to argument or unpleasant event in somebody's life. Sometimes you can feel that at times. We are human. We have to go through that sometimes. But don't let it get to the point that it has to continue. When it continue, I'm betting you that person will end up in mental health unit.
Yeah.
We have so many of our African women these days now going through mental health issue, and they don't take it serious. They think it's okay that the man should do this to them, should start telling them things they are not supposed to be to tell them,
Mm.
So why also it is still natural to feel emotional response. It is not healthy or natural to feel as if your thoughts, your feelings also and emotion are regularly threatened by your loved ones. You don't allow that. You don't allow that. You don't
Yeah.
allow that. We are in the world now that you are allowed to speak out. Don't let anybody just keep you quiet. That if you say anything, this is going to happen. No, nobody will do anything. If you don't speak out, that is when something will happen. That's when
Yeah.
something will happen. If you have to speak out, you have to speak out. And again, that's why so many are having mental health issues because of the emotional abuse they have received in recent years. So many things. When I look at children coming into the unit and what their father have said to them, what our daddy will tell us, and we even take it to be anything, but
Yeah.
it still remain in their head. My dad
Mm.
told me this, my mom told me this, that can't be
Yeah.
this, I can't be that,
Yeah.
so it's now stuck in their head, and now they can't move forward. They
Yeah.
can't move forward anymore, which is very, very dangerous. And every time medication can't fix everything. You just have to make sure that you renew your mind, just like the Bible told us to
Yeah.
renew our mind. Daily. You have to renew your mind. Everything that the devil has said concerning you, or anybody has said concerning you, reverse it.
Yeah.
You reverse it. That's why we have to have a relationship with God. It's very, very important. If you have that relationship with God, no man, no woman will be able to, say things to you without even thinking. So we
Yeah.
have to take that very, very, very serious, because
Yeah. And
it's something that is not healthy at all.
yeah, it's really important because a lot of times as parents say this to their children like, okay, you're good for nothing,
Mhm,
or you're blockheaded, or you can't amount to something.
mhm,
And sometimes
mhm.
children are strong, so they are able to manage things like that. But some children are not strong
Manage.
enough,
Exactly.
and they are
Mhm.
able, those
At
things that you
all.
say to them begins to affect them psychologically. They believe, because you are the parent and you are the one telling them, they believe what you're telling them. Okay, and they actually believe
Exactly.
that, okay, I can't do this thing because my dad said this, or because my mom said this. Okay, and it goes a long
That's
way to
it.
affect their self-esteem as well.
Yeah. One of some of the warning signs are just withholding of approval or support of, just you withhold some things that you are supposed to give to them. Criticism. You criticize them for everything they do. You
Yeah.
don't see anything good in what they do. You belittle them. That's the
Mm.
highest form of abuse that you can do to somebody.
Yeah.
You don't belittle people. Name calling people names.
Yeah.
I remember those days in Nigeria. It's better you beat me than you start abusing me. I prefer the cane.
Me,
I
I don't
prefer
even
the
prepare
cane.
anymore. The minute she starts shouting, I'm already in tears.
I
Someone
even
just
prefer
put
the
it out
cane.
there and said that the
Oh my God.
negative words affect the
Yes.
future, affects people in the
Oh
future.
my
So you
God.
say them
In
now,
the future.
but then affect
Mm.
them tomorrow, because that's what you like, forming an identity in their mind. It's okay, this is who you
Yeah,
are.
yeah,
And then it
yeah.
affects them even as they grow up, even to become adults.
Exactly, because you can see the world that we are in now. The children can't take any form of abuse at all. They can't take any form of abuse at all. You see them now on Facebook or Twitter tweeting so many things, and then it gets into their head, and all of a sudden you see that this child is dead all of a sudden because of
Yeah,
what somebody has been emotionally abusing them, and you are
yeah,
the parent, you don't even know or you, the father, the mother, don't even know what is going on. So which we have to take very, very serious. Elimination of support by preventing contact with friends also and family. When someone is doing that to you, know that you are in danger. Those are the red signs. It's just blinking. It's blinking there. Just look out for it. I'm still surprised that you see people still go through all these things. And I ask them, are you not, before people started, are you not seeing this red flag at all? But you have, that love, they say love is blind, love at first sight.
No.
This one now, not
blind at all. I think some of these people, when they go through, say for instance, people that are dating, and they say things like that, see someone verbally abusing you, saying things to you, they think it's okay. They think it's normal. Okay,
exactly.
This person is angry, therefore they said these things to me because they're angry. But it's not okay in any way.
It's not. It's not okay in any way at all. It's not okay. Don't let somebody bully you. Don't let somebody yell at you. Don't let somebody talk you down. Even in your workplace, don't take it. Don't take it. Don't take it. Like this, our color threatening them at workplace. Sometimes they want to do as if they know everything. I tell them that I'm a child of God. You don't do it. You mind what you say to me. The fact that I'm quiet doesn't mean that you can say that or I report you. We are here to work as a team. I'm not here to make friends with you. I'm here to work and do my job and go home. So don't threaten me. Don't abuse me. Abusing workplace too is very bad. Recently we have somebody. Yeah. So recently we have a nurse. My God, an Indian nurse like that. She was bullied from our workplace, and she ended up in mental home for about 2 years. She has to retire because of the bully she got from the emotional abuse she got from the workplace. That is how it can affect somebody. So we have to take it very, very serious. If you see those signs, just speak up about it. Don't just be quiet about it. You have to speak up. Another one is the psychological abuse, which is that one too, is also very difficult thing also. It encompasses on everything that we have said there, the emotional, the physical, the verbal, everything. It just everything. It encompasses everything. So whatever it is, when somebody is refusing you to socialize with anybody, they take your stuff from you. No, you can't take this out. You can't take this. You can't take this. You can't take that. They threaten to take your children or they are threatening you. Those are psychological abuse. It goes on. When it goes on every day, it becomes very, very dangerous.
It begins to affect your mental health. Someone just just pointed out there. So you have to draw the line. If not, people will poke their hands in your face.
Your face, because people, especially these days, people are so bold. People are so bold these days, because they have freedom of speech. They can decide to want to talk to you anyhow. So there is somebody just playing with your mind. They just play with your mind and everything. They just, it's not something that we should take for granted. For just like that, we have to try as much as possible to address it.
Yeah, tell people how to treat you, tell people how to behave with you. Otherwise, we'll keep doing the same thing. Someone said, some people would think that okay, this person is abusing me. When we get married, they will change.
Exactly.
But that doesn't happen. No.
I try on my sister. Happen. You can't change anybody.
Worse because you haven't set the standard. You haven't told them like this is acceptable or not. You just well, let's get married first. Then when we get married, I'll tell him. It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. No. I try. I find out that I'm the one in pain. I'm not going to give myself this time.
No, I have to maintain your peace of mind.
And just a peace of mind. And since I've been, it's not easy. Something, you just want to do something. Something wants to push you to do something, but you just have to, draw yourself back. I'm a child of God. I have to tell myself I'm a child of God. Love is kind. Love is kind. Love is kind. Love is not purple. I have to tell myself this kind of thing. He's my husband. I have to just give him his respect. I believe. I know I can't change anybody. It's God that can change you, and it's just God. And I believe that. And since I just put everything into guys, and God has been doing great and marvelous things. My marriage has changed for good. If you want peace in your marriage, just do the one you can do and leave the rest to God. That is all you can do. Just leave the rest to God. The other one also is verbal abuse, which is the act of forcefully criticizing, insulting, or denouncing another person. I would say that like the story of Joseph. Joseph went through verbal abuse. He went through physical abuse, from his loved ones. He went through that. And the daughter of the Zelophehad, they talk about, they put them down. You people are girls. Why do you have to do this? Why do you want to take your daddy's property? You are girls. You are nothing. All those kind of things.
Exactly.
Which happen in Africa a lot. Girls can't inherit something. It has to be the men that will inherit this or that. Yeah. So we have to take our stand also. As women, we have to take our stand also. They went through that abuse, but they refused to give up. They refused to give up. They report to the pastor, and the pastor went to report to God. And God told the pastor, this is what is going to happen. And since then, things change around for them. And that's how it's supposed to be. Things change around for them. So is David also. David, when Saul said they are looking for who to kill Goliath, they were like, look, you this small boy, why would you go and do that? We have been trying to kill this man. See, we can't kill him. You see, you want to
demoralize him.
Yeah, just
like you can't do this.
You can't do this. No, I want to tell somebody out there, any man, any woman, any boy, any girl, you can do it. God has got your back. No matter what you want to put your hands to do it and do it well. God has got your back. No matter what it is, God has got your back. Don't let anybody belittle you. But David refused. He just refused, to allow the noise of people, their noise to belittle him. He went forward, and at the end of the day, what happened? He killed Goliath, and he became the king ever since. Ever since. Don't look at what, when Jesus was on the water, and he asked Peter to come in, Peter was walking on the water. And then all of a sudden, the people were saying, you're not going, Jesus did water, you to do water. You are not going, he began to listen to what they are saying.
Yeah.
And what happened all of a sudden? He began to sink. So you have to, don't allow people to speak negative word. Don't allow people to abuse you in any form. It's not right. It's not just right. It's just not right. Yeah, another abuse is physical abuse, I would say I experienced that in my own, in Africa a lot, when I was small. They beat the hell out of me a lot. So
it's normal. It's normal. This in Nigeria, in Africa, it's just like it's something that is accepted, but it's not right.
It's not right. Not right. It's not right at all. I remember that one still stick in my head. Like when I was in GS4 or 5. Then I lost both my parents were, very young. I lost both of them. I've been an orphan all my life. So I was with my grandmom, and my grandma, she's very old. And I said, they were doing parent-teacher meeting. And I said, there's nobody I can bring to you. And my mom don't speak English. You people speak English. I can't bring her because she won't hear what people are saying. So there's no need. They beat the hell out of me. Even my zip got spoiled. I have to use my hand to hold, my zip back, just to get home. And you still stick in my head. Physical abuse, it's not right. When I tell my children, they will tell you, well, that is abuse. I say, yeah, it's now that we know it as abuse, but those days we never knew that it was abuse.
No, it was normal. Somebody said it reminds you that you're alive.
Yeah. Exactly. When I tell people that, when you see where we have gone through as Africans, you're only seeing small things and you are ending up in mental health. I've told somebody sat me down and asked me the story of. I told them straight and forward, and the person said, "Wow, you went through this without." Yeah, because we feel it's normal. But
for me personally, I think it was my elder brother. I was still I can't remember how old I was then. I did something, I was like, Daddy specs, so he did something, I went to report him to Dad. When he came for me, I'll never forget. He would have forgotten by now, but me, I can't forget, because that meeting was really bad,
It was.
And then my dad came like, how can you do this? How can you do? But he's already done what he will do.
What he will do.
And those things can actually affect you Okay, if you're not
Exactly.
careful, if as a child, if you're exposed to
Mm.
an environment like that where you're
Oh
being
my
beaten,
God.
you
Yeah.
grow up to think that it's okay to be beaten up, it's okay to
Yeah.
be abused in that way. Okay,
Yeah.
so it affects your mental, you affects you
Indeed.
mentally to think that it's okay, but it is not really, it's not okay.
It's not okay at
Okay.
all.
And then talking
Yeah.
about relationships as well, there's some people that say, okay, if my partner doesn't hit me, that means he
Mhm.
doesn't love me. Like, eh?
Eh?
Which planet are you from? You know, but some people go through
Mhm.
abuse, physical abuse, and they say, okay, when I get married to this person, maybe he will change. But it's not just men now that abuse people physically. Women also do it. Okay, I was watching a
Women
movie.
are doing the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching a movie some years ago, and it was this man that was abusing his wife. Any little thing, any little
Mm.
opportunity, he would lose his belt and flog the hell out of her. And she would just be there crying, like, please, please,
Right.
please, please. And then one day, she actually stood up for herself. And she just said to him, if you try it, okay, if you
Mm.
try it. And the man stood and looked at her like, is this the same person? You
Yeah.
know, so
It has
it's
gotten to the point
important
that
that,
she
yeah,
can't take it anymore.
she can't take it anymore. She has to speak up for
Mm.
herself. And like someone said that you have to tell people how to treat you, or they'll keep doing the same thing, thinking that it's
They'll
okay.
keep
Yeah,
okay.
thinking
It's
that it's
okay.
okay for you. It's okay with you for them to
Mm.
do it. Okay, and that was the day
Exactly.
the man stopped hitting her. That was the last
Mm.
time.
Last time.
Okay. So
You
we
know,
need to pick up, yes.
you need to speak up. And physical abuse is being done, for years now. We've been hearing about, physical abuse, towards women a lot. People, and
Yeah,
these women just die. They've been beating you for a long time. It's not
yeah,
nice. And you see your children, seeing that, it's not nice at all. It's not something you should take,
yeah,
like that for your children. What kind of example are you setting for your children? That
yeah.
is okay to hit women or to hit men?
Mm.
No.
Yeah, yeah,
They talk about women a lot, but men go through a lot too.
yeah,
You have women
definitely.
who are very wicked.
True,
Yeah,
true,
you see some
true.
women who are very wicked. Yeah, you see some women who are very wicked. I've seen some, and I say, this man is good. But the woman is just the person that I see that has problem. But the woman will make you feel as if the man that has the problem. But no, it's not okay. But the man can't say anything, because when he say anything, if they bring police, it's the man they will take away, because they will not listen to what the man is saying.
Yeah,
Which is not right. Physical abuse have
right.
killed so many people. It has killed so many people. I remember growing up, I used to see my mom and my dad fighting each other. Fighting each
Hmm.
other, that from two, I can remember. So when I see people they're doing that, I say, people are doing this. You think this 2 years old, two years old child can't see what you are doing? You are
Hmm.
putting this in his brain or our brain, because she's going to
Yeah.
end up doing the same thing to our own husband or our children,
Hmm.
or to someone. So we have to try as much as possible to stop it. To stop it.
Yeah.
I will never do that. I will say I want to, to try and do anything in front of my children when my husband is dead. No, I won't do that,
Yeah.
because
And
what am I? What am I?
someone just said, even as parents, we have to be careful how we raise our children because the home is the
Mm,
first teacher.
he's the first teacher. He's the first teacher. That's why they say charity begins at home.
Yeah.
When you see many children today that their parents can't talk to them, is because what their parents is saying in their front, what they are doing in their front. Do you give each other respect? How do do you give each other respect at home?
Yeah.
Or you start abusing the man or the woman. So the children, they will do the same thing. They will do the
Yeah.
same thing.
Yeah.
They will do
And
the
if
same thing,
if
no
if
matter
the
what.
if a girl, like a female child, grows up seeing the mom being abused by the father,
Mhm.
she grows up thinking that's how life is. A man is supposed to hit me. A man is supposed to do this to me when I'm wrong. A man is supposed to shout at me when I'm wrong. So she thinks it's okay
Exactly.
because her mom accepted it in her relationship, in
Acceptable.
her marriage. So it's
Mm.
important that we train our children, make them see what is right. Okay, let's not
Mm.
accept it, because if
That's
we
not
accept
at
it,
all.
our children will also accept it.
They will accept it. I still remember when I was, still dating those back in the days. I feel like, if you beat me, it's okay. It's okay. I keep coming back to you. I just want to feel wanted, because
Yeah,
I've seen my mom and my dad doing the same thing to each other. So I feel
yeah.
it's okay. It's okay. You
Mm.
can hit me if you want. I went through that. You know, I went through that, you know, everyone I go out with, they do the same thing to me. And I end up being the one going to beg for that person, you know,
Yeah.
begging, which is not, we are now further that it's not right. I was just
No,
looking for
right.
love in the wrong place, or just
Yeah.
because I wanted somebody to just love me. And that's
Mm.
what is happening these days. And we just wanted somebody to love us. You know, whatever they are doing to us, do it to
It's
me,
fine.
you know, but just love me. It's not right. It's not right at all. It's not right. You
No,
know,
it's not.
that physical abuse, you know, there are many people, they kick them, do everything. You know, they punch them. They abandon, excuse me, they abandon them, and they feel it's okay. Abandonment is still physical,
Yeah,
it's still
that's
physical abuse,
emotional.
you
Yeah,
know.
that's
It's
abuse
still
as
physical
well.
abuse. Yeah, it's still physical abuse. Or you know, when somebody is not sleeping well, also, you know, you are always talking, or shouting. It will end up to be something else. I'm telling
Yeah.
you. So
And then
when
there's some relationships that both of the partners are abusing each other. This one is
mm,
shouting, this one is shouting. You know? But it's wrong. It shouldn't
I
be the
always
same way
remember
for
when
the
I'm shouting,
women.
my children will tell me, "Mommy, you are shouting," and I'm not a dog. You know, so I'm trying to cool it down. I'm trying to cool it down, because if you don't take time, you can go, you know, give yourself depression. So we have
Yeah.
to try as much as possible to avoid that. So repeated abuse also can lead to mental health issues, including brain damage. Many people are going through this. All of a sudden, you just hear that this person just died. This thing has been accumulating for a long time. They are eating you in the same place, eating you in the same place, eating you in the same place. So
Mm.
one day it's going to become dangerous, you know, and it will be too late then. You know, some people they have heart condition, respiratory issues,
Mm.
depression,
Mm.
post-traumatic stress disorder, and anxiety.
Mm.
Neglect is a form of physical abuse also, and also is the withdrawal of an or refusal to support the victim.
Mm.
So it's very important. We shouldn't take all this, you know, just take it
Yeah.
for granted. Like that we have to make sure that, you know, we look after ourselves, no matter how
Yeah.
it is. You know, sexual abuse is another thing also, which is a complex form of abuse. You
Yeah.
know, which is, yeah, that one is it happens a lot, where you don't give your body to somebody and somebody force themselves to you, which is not right. That
I'm going
remains
to ask a
wrong.
question, and I think it will be in some people's mind as well. Is it possible for a husband to sexually abuse their wives?
I think it's possible. It's possible, because if the woman don't want to do anything, if the woman don't want to have any sex, and the woman is saying, I don't feel like it, and the man
Yeah,
is forcing you, that is it's still a form
it
of
is
sexual abuse.
abuse. Yeah,
It is
yeah,
abuse. You
yeah,
don't take that at all, because
yeah. I
you are
just
not enjoying it. This man is enjoying it, and you are not enjoying it. It's abuse.
yeah, yeah.
It's
I just thought
abuse.
I'll point that out because a lot of people feel like, okay, because you are married to this person, then you don't have a right to say no anytime the person wants. It can go both ways for men and women. Okay, so the man doesn't want to or the woman doesn't want to, and you are forcing yourself on that person, then that is
Mm.
abuse in the highest order.
Yeah,
Okay, so
how it
in
is.
Africa, there are some men that don't go to their wives unless maybe they want to have sex. They don't talk to the women. They don't have any time with the woman at all. The only time they get close to the person is when they want to have
When they
sex.
want to have sex,
You
which
know,
is no
and the
good.
woman is not happy. She's not happy. She's not emotionally connected to the man at all.
Mm,
But at
mm.
that time, he will come force himself on her and just go away.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
and a
It's
lot
not
of our
nice.
parents, a lot of people in Africa think that it's okay because after all, I'm his wife or I'm a husband. I can't
Mm.
say no. They don't
No, you
actually
can.
know that they're actually being abused.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
I just thought I'll point that out. But yeah,
yeah. It's very, very important, you know. And also another form of sexual abuse is when you withhold sex from the other person. Also, is an
yeah.
abuse. If you don't
This
withhold sex from your
this
wife or from your
for
husband,
no reason.
for no reason. Even the
Yeah.
Bible say unless you are fasting. And you
Mm.
people, you know, before you start fasting, you talk about it first. Okay, we are going on 30 days fasting. Oh, are we going to do this thing or not? You know,
Mm.
so that you program your mind. You know, when we are going for fasting, I tell my husband, you know, this I want to do. I don't want to do 40 days now, Papa. What's the plan?
You need to
What's the
hold
plan?
yourself.
Exactly. Are we going to be very, very, very holy? Or which one? Let's know the one that we are. You know,
Let's agree.
we talk about it. We talk about it. So if we get halfway and you know the body no agree, come on. This, you know, you talk of you still come back to communication. I'll
Yeah.
done the tell you from phone. I don't mind if we can go to Israel tonight, you know. So you know very well. So we prepare down. It's about, you know, connection. You have communication, connecting with the man or the
Yeah.
woman. You know, that's we women, we love communication. Men can, you know, the women talk a lot more than men.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking that my husband talk more than me.
He's a pastor. What do you expect?
He's
That's
a
what he
pastor.
does.
He talk a lot. He talk a lot. So I'm just saying that you talk. You even my children, they know when they want to start, they will tell you, Dad, when are we finishing? So that we know.
So that will time me.
Exactly. So we talk about it now. There are some things those days I used to be shy to talk about it. But when I started reading books about marriages, you know, you just have to talk about all these things. You know,
Yeah.
you know, about personality in marriages and everything. I never knew that somebody can be behaving this way because of their personality. So all
Yeah.
these things we have to read, especially
Yeah.
for the singles out there. It's very, very important for them to read books on marriage before they go into this thing. Because once you go in, if you rush in,
Someone
you
is
will rush
saying,
out.
Pastor, will hear.
Eh?
Someone is just saying, Pastor, will hear what you are saying.
That's it though. Because it's not something you just have to take for granted like that. You know, when somebody is forcing you, just talk to that person. I don't like this. It's about communication. And if
Yeah.
this continue, you know, so you don't even know what the woman is going through. Some people, you know, some people they are dry down there, you know, and all they need is something, you know, just to lubricate them. Because of, you know, once you pass your 40, is another age entirely.
Another life.
Another life. They say life begin at 40, but you have to try as much as possible. So I'm reading Life at 40 now. You know what you expect and everything. You know, it changes. You know, relationship changes a lot, but don't allow abuse in the marriage. Never allow abuse in marriage. Marriage is meant to, you know, for us to enjoy. It's not to
Yeah.
endure. It's for us to enjoy, you know, and it's something that we read towards it. If you don't know if you don't have, if you don't have the courage to talk to your husband about something, ask another person. That's, you know, in Titus was saying that let the older women teach the younger
Yeah.
women, you know, all these things. If you don't understand it, go look for somebody that you can talk to, somebody who has been in this marriage for a long time. This
Yeah.
is how you should do it. This is how you should do it. You know, I was taught, there was a friend of mine recently I got in touch with. I don't really know her, but she just got qualified as a nurse also. And this woman, every time I said she wasn't that happy lady. You know, when somebody's happy, you see their facial expression is different. You know, this woman has been going through a lot. She's been going through a lot. And she started opening up until I get to know what has been happening, you know. But little by little, we start to talk and talk and talk. You know, she's making some changes. Some women are bad too, you know, they want you to make the man, to make you feel that the man is
The
bad in
man
all
is
things.
bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because there's something you saw in that man before you got married to that man. That man cannot be just bad and then you go and marry the person like that.
Yeah.
You know. So I said, just, you know, do it this way, this way. I learned from my own too. So I'm going to tell you what you should do, and it will help you. It will help you. And she has been trying the same thing, and it was fantastic. It was fantastic. And she's been trying now. She's trying. I won't say she's not trying. She's trying to do some things. I told her, just read books. That's all you can do. You know, talk to people also. Talk to people, you know. So that's we've talked about emotional abuse. We talk about
Yeah,
psychological.
I'm just gonna point out there when we talk about talking to people. So say for instance you're going through abuse in your relationship, so it doesn't matter what kind of abuse now, maybe physical, emotional, mental, neglect, whatever it is. If you can talk to your partner or to your husband, okay, so you want to look for someone that you can actually talk to, someone that's like a mentor, Okay, so a mentor, maybe your pastor, maybe someone older than you that you can actually look up to, someone that's that's been through what you've been through. Okay, so it's really important that we have that one person in our lives.
Exactly,
So okay,
exactly.
don't die in silence. Don't just say, okay, this person, I'm going through this. I can't talk to, and there are people that are ready to help you, not just anyone. Okay, but there are very many people out there that you can actually go to for advice. The problem might even be you. Okay,
Exactly.
it might be the way you are handling the issue, it might be the way that you are
Mm,
behaving to that person, to your partner.
mm,
So you want
mm.
to work on yourself as well. And sometimes the only
Yeah,
way you can know it's you is when you speak to someone from an outside perspective. So someone else outside will come and say, okay, you not even try safe.
yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and then you can say, okay, what have I done? Where did I do wrong? And then you can start
Mm,
working on yourself. Okay, so it's
mm.
important that we have
It's
someone that we can actually
fine.
talk to.
Yeah, yeah. You
Yeah.
should have a
And
yeah. You should have
yeah,
a
and
confidence, which is very good. You should be able to pick up if your phone. You know, even if you should have someone that you can
yeah, one
trust.
person. One person. It
Mm,
might be your mom, it might be your dad, it might be
yeah,
maybe your pastor, maybe someone, maybe your
yeah,
friend, someone that you
yeah.
can trust in.
Mm.
Okay, and someone just pointed out there, Vienna just said it's important that you marry someone that has the same vision as you.
Sure, that's you. That is it.
Otherwise, we just keep
Yeah.
having arguments back, left,
Mm,
left, right,
mm.
and center. You know, so
Exactly.
it's really, really important that we marry someone that have the same vision as us. So that's a very
Mm.
good one as well.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah,
We have to we have to try, you know. How can we make this our relationship better? You know, what can we do? Mostly you talk, like we said, now just talk to someone, talk to your pastor, talk to, you know, somebody that you trust. You should be able to have somebody that you trust, that you can talk to. Don't be alone. Nobody, no man is an island of his own. You have
yeah,
to have somebody that you can go and vent yourself. You know, you have to vent. Like
yeah,
when somebody come to at the unit there, one of the care plan that we put in place is, you know, have a one-to-one talk with your nurse. Ventilate
yeah,
your feelings. Allow this person to ventilate. They need to
yeah,
ventilate, to pour out what is going on with them. You
yeah,
know, so when they ventilate, you see that some of them just want to talk because they've been
yeah,
holding this for a long time. They just want somebody to talk to. They want somebody to talk. This is something they can't talk to their husband about or their wife about, but they talk
yeah,
to they have a nurse that they can talk to and, you know, give them a good advice. You know, one thing I always tell them is that, you know, when you when you enter a plane, when they are doing the, you know, that this thing, the safety stuff, and they tell you, you know, when if something is happening, make sure that when the oxygen comes down, put it on yourself first before you put it on somebody else, because you can't help somebody when you don't have your own oxygen on. You
yeah,
know, your health is your health is your wealth. This
yeah,
mind is a very powerful thing. This head carries is our engine. You know, it carries a very powerful thing. So no matter how it is, you have to have someone you talk to. And
yeah,
again, separation is not a bad thing. Also,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
sometimes it's good to separate for a while. Like in Ireland, yeah, when you get married, you know, and you want to divorce, it takes 5 years to go through that divorce, because they find out that sometimes these couples, they can come back together, they can sort out the problem that they be having, and they, you know, and the marriage is sweet again. You know,
yeah,
they give you 5 years before you can be able to divorce your wife or your husband. You have to go through that because they want to see if people will come back together. So
yeah,
it's not a bad thing to separate for a while. It helps you people to know, you know, the kind of person this person is, how what is it I'm not doing, to
yeah.
correct each other. That, I think is very, very important.
Yeah, and I'm going to just mention that when you're able to vent, just like you were talking about vent, have a one-to-one with your
Mm,
nurse or whoever it
mm.
is. So some people bear all these things in their hearts, in their minds, and then they go into depression. And that's why some of them
Exactly.
end up in mental
Yeah,
health
exactly.
hospitals. Some
Yeah.
people are strong. Some people will go, some people, how do they call them? Akpako. They will go through it, they'll be strong. Sometimes by the grace of God, you come out strong, but some people are
Strong.
not able to. Okay,
Able.
so there's depression. So many people are walking in depression without
Oh
even
my God.
a lot
Oh
of
my
people are
God.
depressed. They don't even know it because they don't have that one person that they can talk to. Okay,
Exactly.
but once they're
Exactly.
able to vent out, once they're able to, sometimes you just call someone and just talk, 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 talk. You unburden yourself,
Yourself.
unburden everything in your
Mm,
heart to
mm,
that
mm.
person, and then you feel a bit lighter. Okay,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
even the person might not even have anything to say to you, but you just need an avenue to just like pour out everything that's inside of you. Otherwise, people go into
Exactly.
depression. mental
Oh my
illness
God.
starts, the
Oh my
anxiety
God.
starts. You see your partner, you are anxious, you see you're
Yeah.
sad. You see
Yeah.
someone got married, she was maybe very beautiful, very outgoing, and
Mm,
they get married and they
mm.
become a shadow of themselves.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
you don't
That
even
one is bad.
recognize them anymore,
You
because they
won't.
are going through they're going through abuse. It might not be physical, it might be mental, it might be verbal.
Mm,
Because they are going through that abuse, they become a shadow of
mm.
themselves. They lose their self-confidence. They forget who they are.
Yeah. You
And
shouldn't take you shouldn't, it's a very
it is,
dangerous thing.
it is
You have to.
mental. I mean,
Oh
someone
my
said
God.
verbal abuse is almost the worst. So verbal abuse can affect your mental health. Okay, and me,
It
I'm very
does.
much for mental health, even though I'm not being abused in any way. Sometimes I wake up in the morning and I'm so low.
The thing,
I'm like, what's
not
going
only
on? So
you.
very much like take care of your mental health. Take care of your
Yes,
mental health. Very, very
yes, yes.
important. And someone just asked there, she said, what if you talk and the person does not listen, the person does not change? I think that was Victoria. She
Mm.
says, what if you talk to your partner and the partner doesn't listen? What do
That,
you then do?
that's what you do. That's why before you get married, this man that you're getting married to should have somebody they are accounted to. You
Yeah,
should know who to report to when something
yeah,
happened. That's why you have to ask, who's your mentor?
yeah.
Who is it that you look up to? When I carry the phone, you'll be afraid. You'll say, no, 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 don't do that. You should
Some
be
people are not afraid
that's
of
one thing you
anybody.
do. Yeah. When the man tell you I'm not afraid of anybody, just run. You better run. No, you better run, because that's the first sign of it, that he's not going to respect
Yeah,
anybody that comes to talk to him or her. So you run. Oh, don't wait at all. So that
yeah,
person should have someone that they can talk to. And if the man is not listening, go talk. You should have a pastor. Talk to
yeah.
the pastor and let the pastor call him and talk to him. Don't just
Yeah, and then
leave
you
him like that.
mentioned something there. You mentioned something there as well when you talked about separation. So sometimes separation can help. If this person is not listening to you, is not wanting to change at all, then sometimes you want to separate for a bit so that you can
Mm,
learn about each other. You can know, okay, and say, okay, this is what I want. You can
mm,
decide what you actually want in that
mm.
relationship. Okay, so sometimes
Exactly.
separation can actually work. And but
Yeah,
like you said,
it can help.
the person needs to have someone that they're accountable for, someone that that they can talk, someone that can talk to them and they would listen. I had
Them.
a relationship with
Exactly.
with someone that didn't listen to anybody. There's nobody. He wasn't saying to anyone. And it was just one person, just one of his friends that he doesn't listen to his mom, his father. It was a man
My
of his
God.
own, but he had a friend, okay, that he would listen to. But when things actually went sour, he didn't even listen to that friend again. So
Because the person is not siding them. They fight
no,
with everything.
no, that's why you need to look at the person very well before you
Very
eventually
well. Before you
get
enter,
married to the
because and the
person.
thing is that if you are somebody who don't want to move from one place to the other, you have to take it very, very serious.
Yeah,
Check out for these warning signs. Check out for these warning signs.
yeah,
You have to check out for this warning signs. I'm just going to talk, like we are in summer now. I mean, winter now. There are so many things that affect our mood also.
mm,
Especially in this lockdown. If not that is God. I was talking to my friend. She said she has even called the psychiatric doctor, that she was having she was just breaking down for one thing or the other.
mm,
And I said, what is it? She said she just doesn't know. Her mood just went skyrocket, like, and this is somebody who is jovial, this kind of person that is outgoing.
mm.
So this winter, that's what they call seasonal season.
Disorder or
Yes,
something.
that season. Like in winter, people get depressed because there's
Yeah.
no light. Yeah, a lot of people get depressed during the winter time. So
Mm,
women have to look into that one. It's very, 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 very important. It's part of seasonal depression. They call it seasonal
yeah.
depression.
I've
And
heard of it
some
before. I
people,
only heard of it like
yeah,
a couple of months ago. I'm like, does this really exist?
it exists. It exists. When the seasonal depression is during that winter time, it starts from November. That is when
Mm,
you see women. Oh my God, Now we have women more than ever in our unit. Since March, we have been burnt out. All nurses are burnt out. So we just have to look after ourselves also. They call me for overtime. I said, no, I'm not coming. My health matters. No,
Yeah.
because I need to look after myself before I can be able to look after them. So this winter, try as much as possible, go for a walk, talk to somebody. Even, this lockdown has makes people change a lot. So many anxiety, people that are not depressed before have depression now. Men, women, they have depression now, and it's getting too much. Anxiety is much there now. Amount of suicide, especially in this our country, Ireland, amount of suicide is much. People kill themselves. Recently, one of our colleague, our son, just passed away 3 days ago. 30 years old.
Wow.
And our only son.
Wow.
We are all playing because I do night, so we just sat down and just, because this one just died of overdose. Something is happening out there. They are not saying anything. And those are the most dangerous ones. There are people that are not saying anything. Why you wife someone that when they see that we are coming to do the checks, that's when they carry it up and tie on their neck. We know those ones. But the real ones, they don't say anything.
Those inside, their emotions are inside. They don't believe
3 days ago, yeah. On Monday now we are going to go for the burial of the guy. It was so sad. So during this winter, even our children, we have to look after them also. Ask questions, what's going on? Make them we can't be all happy for everybody. Everybody have to make their own happiness. You have to create it your own way. So you have to look after yourself, especially this November through to the time of summer. And when you get to summer again, that's another one again. It was recently, it was last year, I think I heard that when they say when the sun and the sea meet each other somewhere, I don't know. That's when people have this, they are very high. You see people very, very high. Women, especially, they become very, very high. That's another one again. So our black people too are going through that, and they don't even know they are going through that. Our black people are going through depression. They are not saying anything
because it's not something that's acknowledged where we come from. It's not acknowledged. So like millions of people are going through depression, but because it's not acknowledged, they tend to feel like, okay, it's nothing. Okay, it's really important that, just like you're talking about this winter depression or seasonal depression. Okay, I only recently heard about it maybe a few months ago. It's important that we study people as well. Study your partner, study your spouse, study your children. And say, okay, this person is normally a happy person. What's happening with you? Okay. I need to be good if they can talk. Okay. And when I see people that are low and they don't talk, I fear for them.
Exactly. Those are the dangerous ones.
It's so easy for them to go and take drastic decisions. But the ones that can talk are the ones that can be helped. Okay, so it's important that we look at people, study the people we are with, and some people will now start like, being aggressive because they are depressed and no one is looking after them. So people start acting in certain ways, and I believe this will even happen more in summer. So you see someone that's normal in summer because the sun is out. They're out drinking and partying. They become aggressive when they come back home. So you want to study that person that you are with and say, okay, this person is not normally like this, so let me just give this person some space. Give this person some space, otherwise you'll receive slap. We need to really be careful. Yes.
No, we really need to advise all women, or every woman. You should be able to know yourself, know your body. We should be if something is not right within you, speak out, speak to somebody. No, I'm not feeling good this way. I've never been like this before. I don't know what's happening to me. Talk to your doctor. Talk to your doctor if you need to. It's not something we should be ashamed of. It's not something we should be ashamed of.
There's no shame.
There's no shame in all these things. We have to try, and the amount of mental health issue now is much. Children, men, women going through depression, going through anxiety, going through schizophrenic. They call it schizophrenia. All those things that you just sit down and you're just saying things that are not there. All those things. When you are experiencing that, talk to somebody. Don't keep it quiet, because if you keep it quiet, it becomes dangerous. That's when something bad happens. You have to talk to somebody. Don't be shy to talk. I know we Africans, we tend to hold on to stuff because we don't trust people anymore. Because you said something to your friend and your friend went to tell somebody else, don't look at that anymore. But that should have taught you some, lessons. So now you know who you are supposed to relate with. You should have that one person that you can actually talk to. You should have that one person. So if you are going through this abuse, make sure you speak out. Don't keep it out.
And some people would keep quiet. They won't say anything, and because they don't want people to laugh at them.
Yes,
Don't want people
that's
to laugh at them, and the relationship is becoming so abusive, especially when it comes to physical abuse. It's so abusive that it's nearing their lives being taken. They don't want to come out because they're afraid that if I come out, what will people say? What would people say?
It's not good. It's not good.
So we need to, first of all, I always talk about self-love. You are your number one priority. So first of all, love yourself. Love yourself first. Look after yourself before you can look after anyone else.
Yes. It's just be selfish. Sometimes it's good to be selfish. After giving you can't draw from an empty bucket.
Exactly. You can't draw from an empty bucket. No, you can't. You need to be full of love before you can give out love. You need to be full of care before you can give out that care to another person. Okay, so
we have to try. I know Christmas is coming now. Everything is on the women cooking, doing all stuff. That's why you see in Ireland here, they have a little women Christmas day. It's just for only women, just for them to rest because they be cooking through the Christmas. So on the 27th or 28th, it's only for the women in Ireland. They just sit down, they pamper themselves, do everything for themselves. So it's very, very important. Just try as much as possible to look after yourself as a woman and as a man. Is very, very important.
Yeah, I've just highlighted a comment there. She says, Victoria says, my partner does not listen to anyone, but during the relationship, he was not like that. But he changed after the marriage. Like, seriously.
Yes. We are actors now. Actors and actresses. You act all your attitude, everything. I know some people are like that. But the first 2 months or 3 months, when you start seeing that changes, that's when you have to speak out. If something is not right, you have to speak right. You just have to speak out to someone. Speak to your pastor. Speak to somebody that he or she respects. It's very, very, and again, the woman is very important. The way you communicate with men is very important. Men have their egos, so you have to massage it.
Yeah,
they're like babies. I always say they are like babies. So sometimes I'll be talking to my husband, but the way I put it, he will not even respond to me because he will tell me that I didn't say it right. You're supposed to say it like this. Yes. So if you don't put this communication the right way, you will get negative vibes from that person.
Yeah, and then one of my I think one of my live stream, I talked about how long should you date someone before you get married to the person. And what we said in that video was that no matter how long or how short you stay with that person, you might not necessarily know the person completely because some people can act, some people can pretend, and then when they eventually get married, you see their true picture. And again, it might be something has happened. So something might have happened to make him to start behaving the way he's behaving.
Exactly.
Okay, so what you want to do is like, okay, why are you doing this? Why are you behaving in this way? What's happened? And see if there's anything you can do to change that. Because the most important thing in our relationship is to be happy. We want to be happy. We want to love. We want to be loved. Okay, so if your partner is doing some things that you're not okay with, then you want to speak to that partner and say, okay, why is this happening? It's not okay with me. Okay, and you need that setting your boundary to say, okay, yes, this is what I actually want.
Okay. Yeah.
Because if you don't speak up, they will just keep doing the same thing, thinking that it's okay with you.
And you'll be hurting for yourself because you will not be happy. You will not be happy. We women, we like to be very, very, we like to be joyful and happy in everything that we, so we have to try as much as possible to create that happiness for ourselves, and also to talk. If you want that happiness, maybe talk to your husband. Get out of the house. If the environment is not conducive, drive out and go talk to in a very quiet place. I do that sometimes. My children are grown now, so I don't want them to hear some things that I want to talk to my husband about. We just drive out and we talk about it and we sort it out. We come back home and everything is sorted.
For me, when my husband and I are having maybe he's done something and I'm like, okay, why he did and I start going, he's like, I'll speak to you soon. I'm like, okay. I know you're not going anywhere. But that's his own way of trying to like de-escalate the whole thing. So it really works. So when the situation arises like that, okay, it's becoming high heated, then you want to take some time out. Okay, so Elias Matters is just saying, Augustine, and your husband should have that one person that they listen to, try to do your finding.
Yeah. Even God listen to us now. God listen to us when we talk now. Why would you listen to us? I still wonder, God listen when we pray, and He listen and He hear our prayers. So the same thing, you have to approach that man, before you go, before you even talk at all, just put everything onto God and just pray about everything. Pray about it, and God will take control.
And that's what Fitness just said. You need to pray. You need to go on your knees and pray for your husband. Okay, and because in as much as we want to be happy, we don't want to be separated, even though we know that that's an option if things get really bad. But we want to do everything we can to make it work. Okay, we want to make it work. So you just need to pray. Find that one person that they can actually listen to. Okay.
I will advise that Victoria lady, Victoria, that just like I said, if the environment is not conducive enough to talk, you guys should just drive out to a quiet place. Drive out. Just if it's to be in the car, if you need to shout at each other then, but sort it out. Those things that you can't talk about in the house because of the children or somebody in the house. Try and talk. Talk to this man. This man will listen. He will listen. Use a different approach. Like you say, pray first. Before you go, and everything will follow. That man will listen in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Your husband will listen in the name of Jesus. As you begin to take this step, God will take control in Jesus' name.
Amen. And Ellie has just said you need to find out when your husband is in a good mood to discuss.
Exactly.
Okay, so
not anytime. That's why you have to. They say you have to gauge the temperature of the home sometimes. When the man, you have to know when the man is in good mood and when he's not in good mood. Babe, when you are in good mood like this, babe, I want to take us out too. Let's just drive out and But before you go there, just pray that God, even as I speak to this man, let his heart be softened. There's no even Pharaoh, as his heart was strong enough. You see what God did with God deal with him, and he was able to to change at the end. So we have to try.
Yeah. And Busuma is saying, as women, if you smell a rat, set a trap. That's prayer is the key. So the trap is prayer. Okay. So so it's important that we know that prayer is the key. So that's good.
So you pray. It's very, 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 very important. Very, very important.
But if you have any questions, just type it in the chat so that we can go through the questions as well, just as Mama keeps going on with her discussion.
So let them bring the questions so we answer.
The questions, so she'll be leaving in the next 10-15 minutes, and then it will just be the two of us. She needs to go to work.
So I pray that every woman that is going through this time in their marriage, that God will heal them, heal that marriage for that man, that woman that is going through, any form of abuse. But one thing is that, if you don't feel conducive in that environment, get out and talk to somebody. Talk to somebody first. Talk to somebody. Your life matters. You can't be dead and say you want to ask for help. No, that then is already gone. So you have to try as much as possible to seek for help. The help is there already. Help is there. Help is there. Don't keep quiet. Don't keep quiet at all. Don't keep quiet.
Thank you so much. So don't keep quiet. We need to speak out. We need to speak out to find somebody that you can talk to. Okay, bottom line, find someone you can talk to. And if you have a partner that's abusive, whether verbally or physically, for physical abuse, I would say take time out. Okay, so if your partner is being abusive physically, you want to take time out to say, okay, you know what, I'm stepping out of this place for a season. Okay, I think there's a question from. Okay, you want to take time out for a season, and if someone is being verbally abusive, you want to set your standards, set your boundaries to say, okay, don't talk to me like this. If you talk to me like this, then I'm going to end this conversation. Okay, so if you're talking to someone and they're being abusive, they're shouting, just say, you know what, I can't have this. I'm not taking this. I'm going to end this conversation right now until you are normal or you've calmed down, and then we can talk. So on is saying, what about when there was never any red flag or abuse violence in a man during courtship, and all of a sudden, few months into marriage, becomes physical abuse, doesn't want to be corrected? Yeah, so that's what we're talking about before, that there will be red flags, but then some people can pretend. Okay, some people can pretend for forever, so if you won't even know. Okay, but I still think there will be some signs. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, Mama, but I still feel like there must have been something. Maybe the person gets angry and they don't say it. You can see the expression on their face.
Yeah.
That's my own opinion. Like there must be some. Maybe the person has not physically abused you, but when they get angry, how do they behave?
Yes.
So that might be
immediately. Do they leave it for long?
Yeah.
You know. So some men are like that they can keep quiet for a long time. You know, and that one is very, very dangerous. You know, that one is very dangerous. To be able to, talk when you get angry, talk it out and sort it out there. So that will help you to know the kind of man or woman that person is. You know, but when something happened and they kept it quiet, then they come and tell you after the marriage everything that you have done when you are courting, and that's, you say about communication, sort it out, talk it with each other, and you see everything will go on well. The first thing is that prayer is just the key. That's the only thing, prayer first.
Yeah, and what I would say as well is study your partner and see what it is that triggers them. Okay,
Exactly.
see what is it that I will do, or what situation would I be in that will make this person to behave in certain ways. Okay, and as a person, you want to avoid those triggers, you want to avoid those circumstances so that this person doesn't get physically abusive. But if the abuse continues, then you want to take a step further. Okay, speak to someone, separate for a season. And someone, I think it was either Precious or Richard, I can't remember, said when you separate, no, Vienna said when you separate, the person tends to miss your absence and then gets to appreciate you more. And then
exactly, because they will begin to see what, how valuable you are, in his or her life. It's very good. When that is going on, separate for a while. You'll see that sometimes the love come back more stronger later. It come back stronger. I'm not an advocate for you not to separate if something is not going on. Separate for a while if it's very toxic. Separate for a while. Let them be talking to you, talking to the husband, Then you see if you are able to come back or not. But I believe that some of the separations, some of them, they still come back, and the love becomes sweeter.
Yeah, but that's so true. There was a case of I know you need to leave in maybe in the next 4 minutes. The next 4 minutes, and then to just be me and then.
I'll give you extra 10 minutes. It's fine. It's fine.
Right.
Don't worry.
Okay. So there was a case of that lady, that one pastor that killed his wife in America also. Physical abuse. And before it got to that point, she has endured and endured and endured without seeking the right help, without speaking to the right people. But by the time she now eventually decided, like, okay, I want to leave this man, it was already too late, because the man is an abuser. It's who he is. Then he took the woman's life, unfortunately. Okay. But we need to be careful. We need to pay attention to the people we are with to make sure that we don't end up and losing our lives at the end of the day because we want to keep our.
Exactly. Especially in America, it's very, very dangerous there, because the amount of gun rate there is very high. So you just have to be very, very careful. If you are going through that abuse, try and talk to somebody before it gets worse. Because now that lady can't speak for herself anymore. She's already dead. And the pastor now, that's life imprisonment for him. That, don't let it get to that place at all. Don't let it get there at all, because it was a very sad story. And the man did it, and then you can see that his eye it's like the veil just get out of his eye and say, "Oh, what have I done?" But when he was doing it, he just wasn't thinking. And that's what happened. When that has been going on for a long time, you don't think anymore. That's when you see women just burst out, men just burst out because they just can't take it anymore. But if they're talking to someone, their pastor or anything, they can still shout at each other, and then they're able to rectify it. If they're not able, they go their separate ways. If they're not compatible anymore, then killing each other. It's not right.
Yeah, and I think with that pastor, he had like serious anger issues. He had serious anger issues, was so angry that he could not control himself, so he went ahead to kill his wife. Another thing that we can think of is someone, so we're talking about, okay, partner is abusive. What about if you are the one that is abusive?
Yes,
okay, because someone here today that is an abuser, like it's not what you want, it's not what you want to do, but you find yourself being verbally abusive, you find yourself neglecting your partner, you find yourself doing things to your partner that you shouldn't. Okay, so it's possible that person is here today. Okay, so in that case, what would you say to them?
Yeah, I can remember vividly, because I've seen that happen in my own parents, and then I brought it into my own marriage. That I started, every little thing gets me angry. Every little thing, I just want to shout at Papa, and he's because he's a man of God. He will not want to do anything, just to hurt me. He will try as much as possible to get out of the house. Then until I start, just speaking to myself, I'm praying, that every form of negative thing that I've seen in the life of my parents, that I will not take it to this marriage. I will decide to make this marriage work. I begin, because that's what happens when you begin to see all these things happen in your before you get married, and you don't deal with it first. It's going to happen when you get married. It's going to happen. So that affected me and Papa a lot. Then sometimes we might be at home, we will not be talking to each other. So especially when I started my own mental health nurse, I remember my first, second year, when I come in like this, I'm barking like a dog. I'm always very angry. He now told me that you have to stay outside and detox, because you are carrying the people's problem back home with you. So sometimes your work environment can still make you get angry. Sometimes that's one thing I know, that it can affect you if you don't take time to detox before you come into the house. So that affected my marriage, and I walked through it, and I've been better.
Yeah. Okay, and Frank there is just saying that some people have bad characters that can trigger the other person. Some people are just have bad character. So before somebody say anything, you've said 20. Before the person does this, you said 50. Okay, and you know that this person has anger issues already.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you go ahead to start talking. You know? So you're triggering the person, and then people start blaming the person that the person has done something. Okay, but if you, just like you said, if you know that you have those kind of issues, if you have anger issues, if you have bad character, or maybe someone has annoyed you at your place of work, then you want to first of all detox. And how do you do that? How do you know? Is to first of all call yourself to order and say, okay, this is what I'm actually doing when I get home, or this is what I'm actually doing to my partner. So you want to speak to yourself. Okay, and I think it was Precious yesterday that saying that nobody can change their habits if they don't know that they have that habit.
Yes. So some people have it, and they don't know they have it. You have to.
Yeah. So first of all, you need to identify that bad habit in yourself. You need to identify the fact that, okay, I'm always verbally abusive to my partner, or I'm always doing these things to my partner, or even to my children. You need to identify that first, and then you can start working on yourself to make yourself better.
Exactly. You have to work on yourself. Every day we have to work, every day we have to work over. So that's why the Bible says, renew your mind daily. Renew it. Just renew it daily. Daily is very, very important. It's very, very important. So you have to check the mood that you woke up that day, It's very, very important.
Because I personally, I tend to, I don't want to say I'm quick angered or quick tempered, but it's something I realize that, okay, I guess things tend to irritate me a lot. So I now have to say, okay, you know what, work on yourself. work on yourself. So I have to call myself to order, to work on myself so that I can be better.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll be
It's going to
making
be
my
problem.
friends angry. My husband will be angry. In fact, they'll be
Yes,
running away from me, you know?
which is not good.
It's not good for you. And when they see you, they'll give you a name.
Exactly.
You know, they'll give you a
Or
name. They
you
don't
enter somewhere and
even
people start disappearing.
exactly. You know, I remember one of my friends, you say, Terry, so you can't just control yourself. Like, that's how
You,
easy
you
I
like to say
explode.
that
That's
way
how
it
easy
is.
I cry. You know, so emotional, so emotional. You just react. You know, it's really important that we pay attention. Someone is saying, Franca is saying, people with bad characters don't know they have it. Okay,
They
and
don't.
it's so true. It's so true.
It's
That's
not
why,
true.
yeah, you have to call yourself to order. You need
Yeah,
to
yeah.
listen to yourself, watch yourself, and say, what are people actually saying?
That's it. Oh. Character determines your favor. If you say
Yeah.
you don't know your character, you will not see favor. It's very, very
Mm.
important. Your character matters. Oh. Character determines your favor. It depends, you know, the kind of people that will help you in life.
Yeah.
Many people today, because of their character, they have sent away their helper of destiny.
Mm. Mm.
That's why there's no help for them anymore.
Yeah.
Because of their character. And you tell me you can't see your character. You can see it. You decide to put, to have this blind eye towards it. You can see it. There's some things, and when your friends are telling you this is not good, it means you are doing it. So you have to change. Change.
Yeah.
Sometimes if you have a friend, just ask your friend, what is it that I'm doing that that you don't like? Tell me the truth. Let somebody
Yeah.
tell you the truth. Yeah. Some people can't
Some
take truth,
people
but you have
sometimes
to
they
tell
tell
them the
you,
truth.
sometimes they even tell you just that's why they do this. So you already know.
Exactly. You already know the kind of person you are. So no, some people have that bad character. They know, but
Mm.
please tell them to change. Tell them
Yeah.
if you see anybody doing that, please speak to that person,
Yeah.
because that person will send his or her helper of destiny away,
Yeah.
which is not
Yeah.
right, which is not good. Ah,
Yeah, it's true. It's so true. So people that are supposed to come near you, you have that negative energy around you, be like, this one, let's not go near this one.
so no, it's not. Don't try it.
Yeah.
Don't try it. You have to change.
Yeah,
No,
you have
nobody
to.
change every day. You see, every
Yeah.
time David, sin, he goes back to God because he knows that what he has done is not right. He
Mm.
knows that what he has done is not right. That's why God loves him so much, because he takes God serious in his life. You have to
Mm.
see something I'm not doing. Go back to yourself again. What I have to change myself. I know you have to. You have to. Everybody have character, but it determines the one way you get is nine matter pass.
Yeah. Yeah. We just need to be able to work on ourselves. Well, thank you so much, Mama, for coming today. I really appreciate you. I don't
Thank
know if you
you.
have any
Thank you.
final words for us before the eventually run out.
And like I said, that if you are going through any form of abuse, try and make sure you talk to somebody. No, you are not alone in this thing. Talk to somebody. Have someone you can talk to. Speak out. Don't keep silent. If you are going through issue in your mental health, talk to somebody about it. Talk to your doctor. Don't take your health for granted, because the mood sometimes just fluctuates. So you have to try and look after yourself. As a man out there, as a woman, you have to look after yourself, because your health is your wealth. There's
Yeah.
it's very, very important. Make sure you look after yourself. Speak to somebody.
Yeah.
Don't be ashamed to talk to anybody. Just talk to somebody. The help is
Yeah.
there for you. The help
Yeah.
is there for
Yeah.
you. And
Yeah.
prayers do go a long way. Prayer is just the key. Just keep praying. Keep praying. Keep praying. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mama, for coming. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
you. See you again
Thank
soon. I'm
you.
sure I'll be
Thank
calling
you.
you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, and thanks everybody.
Thank you. All right. Have
Bye
a
bye.
blessed night at
Bye
work.
bye. Bye
Bye.
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 Thanks
Bye.
very
Thank
much.
you.
Bye bye.
Thank you very much, Mama.
Bye.
Right. So, guys, thank you so much. I know I've got a few questions from Vienna. Vienna says some people know they have a bad character, but they term it as their weakness. Okay. So, if you know you have a bad character and you know it's a weakness for you, what do you do? Okay. I hope everyone has had a good time so far. So I'm not just jumping. I hope everyone has had a good time. Yes. Okay. So if you know that it's your weakness, what do you do? Do you just say, oh, it's my weakness, therefore that's who I am? Or do you work on yourself to make yourself better? Okay, so we know, you know it's your weakness because you've studied yourself. So you don't want to be that way. You seek help. That's why she was, Mama was talking just now. You need to seek help. You need to speak to people. What can I do? It's possible that it's your weakness and you can't help yourself. What do you then do? Okay, so you need to seek help, speak to people, get advice from the right people, and then you can help yourself. I think there's another question from, who is it? Sorry, guys. Victoria, she says, please, my question is, why is it that it's only my partner that always say I'm not good? As is that possible? Okay, so if only one person is saying that you're not a good person, I don't think that it's possible. So what you want to do, whatever that person is saying to you, you want to listen to that person and check yourself and say, why is this person saying I'm not good? Why is this person saying I'm not good? And then if it's something that you're actually doing, then you want to change. Otherwise, there are some partners that just say negative words to people. Okay, which is what we talk about when we talk about mental abuse, when we talk about verbal abuse. Some partners will be like, okay, you are not good enough, or you are the worst thing. I remember someone saying, there's nothing you can do with yourself. All you do is eat and sleep. So things like that, if someone is saying things like that to you, it's just to kill your self-esteem, and you don't want that to happen. Okay, if someone keeps telling you things like that, you want to sit down with them and say, okay, why are you saying this thing to me? It's not fair, it's not good, because it affects your mental health, and it affects your confidence, it affects your self-esteem. Okay, so it's really important. So if only one person is saying that you are not good, then no, that's not acceptable. Okay, so Onome saying, you know your bad character for real, and it's your character that you can really sustain us, our destiny. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you all so much. Let's see if we've got any other comments from anyone. Okay, so Taco Richie said, I enjoyed it, even though she didn't say anything. Augustine, I think I'll use this one now. Okay, sorry guys, I'm just gonna read through the comments. Where was I? So Amaka's Kitchen is saying, wow, powerful. Thank you so much, Amaka. Victory says, only one person saying that you are not good. No, that is not right. So Amaka's Kitchen, thumbs up, says that's fine. Thank you so much. Thank you all. God bless you. So my patient is saying, thank you all. God bless you. Thank you so much for coming. I really do appreciate you. I appreciate every single one of you that has come. I saw a comment from someone called Augustine. I can't find the comment. I can't find your comment, Augustine. I'm so sorry. Well, thank you all so much, then. Thank you all so much for coming. So bottom line is, abuse do happen in relationships. Some people are going through abuse without actually knowing that they are being abused in their relationships. Okay, so sometimes when it comes to emotional abuse, what happens is that the person that you are with makes you feel like, oh, you are my everything, you are my all in all, without you I can do nothing. And once they do that, they start protecting you. Oh no, don't talk to this person, don't be friends with this person, don't be friends with that person. They tend to isolate you from the person, from your friends, to make you feel like, okay, you are my all in all. And after that happens, they then begin to neglect your feelings. Okay, so now you see that, okay, you are my everything, and all of a sudden that person is not there anymore. Okay, so that is an example of emotional abuse, so neglect, which is really, really, really bad. Okay, so they neglect you, and then you start feeling alone, and then they come and tell you you are not good enough. They tell you you're a bad person. They tell you that you're not doing well, and that begins to affect your mental health. It begins to affect your self-esteem. Another example I gave there before of that lady that her husband will hit her at any time, so it will hit her until she actually spoke up and said, okay, you know what, I can't take this anymore, this is not right. Okay, so it affects our mental health, it affects our self-esteem. And I said before that there's some people that are so bubbly, they're so happy, men, women alike, they're so happy, they're so bubbly, and all of a sudden They get married and then that's it. Okay, so they get married and then they lose everything. They become a shadow of themselves. They don't even know who they are anymore, because the husband or the partner has isolated them from everyone. And then the next thing, neglecting them and then telling them, feeding them negative words, telling them that you can't do it, you are nothing. Okay, so we need to be aware of this time. We need to be aware of the signs of emotional abuse, physical abuse, verbal abuse. Financial abuse is actually another one which Mama didn't talk about. Okay, financial abuse. Say for instance, someone is working and then the partner is the one taking all the money from them without their consent. Okay, so please, my question is, why is it that only one partner that always say I'm not good? Okay, we read that one. Okay, so financial abuse is another form of abuse that a lot of people go through. Okay, so one person is working, or maybe the two people are working, and the other person is left without any money. So it happens a lot. Okay, sometimes the man is not working and the woman is working, and then they take the money from the person. It might even be the other way around, and you are left without anything. You become a shadow of yourself. You forget who you are. Okay, you forget who you are until you are rescued. And there are a lot of organizations out there, okay, that can help you. Say, for instance, you don't have anyone around you that you can trust. I haven't got anyone, any organization on ground. I think maybe the Samaritans, or I don't know. I can't remember anyone in particular now. I should have brought that up. But there are a lot of organizations that you can go to if you're going through emotional abuse, if you're going through physical abuse, if you're going through domestic abuse. There are a lot of organizations that you can actually go to that can help you. Okay, so it's possible that you need counseling so that you don't end up in the mental hospital, so that you don't end up in your grave. There are a lot of organizations out there that can help you. If you can't speak to your family, if you can't speak to a mentor, if you can't speak to anyone around you, there are organizations that can actually help you. So you want to look for those organizations and speak to someone. Don't die in silence, because if you keep everything silent, then maybe someday you might end up in your grave. Maybe not physically dead, but maybe emotionally dead. You lose yourself, you lose your self-confidence, you feel like you're worthless, because that's what some people make you feel like. You are nothing, you can't do anything, you can't do anything without me. Okay, I'm the reason why you are here, I'm the reason, without me you're nothing. Okay, so you might not die physically, but emotionally, psychologically, that person might die and even end up in a mental hospital on drugs. So we don't want that. So what we want to do is speak up. What we want to do is set boundaries. And like I said, if you have someone that's speaking to you in the wrong way, in a way that you don't like, then what you want to do is say, babe, you know what? I don't like the way you talk to me. Can you talk to me the right way? Or you can say, you know what? I'm not taking you talk and speaking to me like that until you are ready to calm down, until you are ready to speak to me. I'm not going to say anything to you. You can even leave the place for a season. Okay, so leave the atmosphere, create the right atmosphere, and then you can both talk about it. Okay, so abuse is a no-no in relationships. If you're single, then you want to look at this sign. So there are signs everywhere. I understand that there are sometimes that people will do things without actually revealing themselves. So they might go through relationship, maybe go through the courtship season without revealing the bad side of them. But if you see those red flags, then you want to ask yourself questions like, okay, do I really want to be in this relationship? If this person does this when we're dating, what's going to happen when we get married? Okay, so Victoria Maka says, let me just highlight that 1 minute. So Victory is saying, I really enjoyed everything because my heart is now realizing little by little. Thanks. Okay, that's good. I'm so happy that you're gaining from this live stream. Even if it's just one person that's gained from it today, well, I hope it's more. But if it's just one person, I am fulfilled, I am happy. Okay, but it's important that we know that abuse does happen, but don't sit down quiet in it. Okay, set your boundaries. If you go into a relationship, set your boundaries. And like Coach Chela said last week, if you don't say anything, it's assumed that it's okay, because your silence is actually speaking. Your silence, you're speaking by your silence. Okay, so if you don't say anything, it will be assumed that you're actually saying, yes, it's okay. So before you get into a relationship, set your boundaries to say, okay, this is acceptable and this is not acceptable. Okay, and because that same person that you're with that's abusing you, if they meet someone else that knows their right and know what they want, they won't try it with that person. So you want to set your standards. You want to know what your values are in that relationship. And peradventure, the person didn't even show those characters before they got into the relationship, into the marriage. Okay, then you want to say, okay, it's not by shouting or fighting. Okay, this thing, what you're saying, I don't like it. I don't like the way you're talking to me. I don't want this to continue. You set your boundaries, and if the person wants to cross that boundary, you're able to say, okay, no, no, this is not acceptable. If this happens, this will happen. Okay, so it's really, really important. But thank you all so much for coming to my live stream today. I appreciate every single one of you. I don't think we have any more questions, but thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate every single one of you. I think we're going to end the live stream today. Okay, and again, I would like to remind everyone of my membership. If you haven't joined my membership and you think it's something you want to do, then please, by all means, join Everyday Matters crew. And we've got a lot of good perks on the membership. Okay, we've got a perk for personal growth and development, relationship tips. We've got that on there. If you want to support my channel as a person, then you can as well as join the membership. But thank you all so much. I appreciate you so much. So Trisha King is saying thank you, Vienna. It was a great one. Thank you so much. And bye everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you. It was inspirational by Marie. I almost beat my tongue there. Thank you so much. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you, and have a beautiful week. Have a blessed week. We're coming to the end of November. I hope to see you all in December. Okay, have a beautiful week, and thank you all so much for coming. Thank you for engagement. Thank you for your questions, and for keeping the chat going as well. Thank you all so much. I'll see you sometime within the week, but if not, I'll see you next week at 5 p.m. on Sunday. Bye, everyone. Bye. Victory saying thank you too. Thank you so much. I'm just gonna end it now. Thank you.